Okay, welcome back to the forecast model. So the last, the Holt-Winters model is the Holt-Winters multiplicative seasonal model. The difference between the Holt-Winters multiplicative models and the edited model is that a simple modification is very simple modification of the Holt-Winters additive the seasonal model. We use just the ratios rather than the differences because the differences doesn't quietly the track the seasonality the gap, or if the seasonality gets lower or the increase, it's hard to the keep track of, right? Instead of using the ratios, we can it can be more useful. The ratio is can be the more useful when the seasonal components gets progressively the larger as sales grow, right? So when LT is the now the level, the weighted sales level, TT is the trend, and the SAT seasonality, P is the periodicity of the seasonality, and the N is the number of periods ahead. Now here, the only the difference between these two is now is not the difference, but like ratios, right? The ratios. Okay, so the same, but the rest of them are the same. We put just the one is initial the factors, so the alpha, beta, gamma for the level smoothing and the trend smoothing and seasonality smoothing. And the objective is to minimize this minimum squared root error or the minimum absolute percentage error using the server program. Okay, so here the same process, the level, right? Again, we cannot calculate the right way using this equation. So starting just average because we use the seasonality, which is the same quarter of the 1 year of 1 year before, right? So here we cannot calculate this the formula right way. First quarter in here we use just average for the quarter sales. So but now let's calculate this again using this formula now. So how to use this formula, right? Again, the alpha, we want to fix this alpha. Okay, let me just get closer here. Now, again, the alpha, let's fix this alpha. And then times, open the parenthesis. Okay, and then now we use the ratios instead of the differences between the sales, extra sales, and the seasonality here, right? So see 17 here, the extra sales now divided by now the 1 year before, right? The seasonality factors, and then plus we couldn't get the level smoothing factors from the prior prior quarter, and then we consider this 1 minus, then times, open the parentheses. Now here this equation, right? So d16 plus now, which is level, and then t trend t minus 1, right? So here we complete this formula. Let me check one more time before dragging down. I think it is correct. Okay, but why it shows because okay, so because it shows the denominator as the zero or nothing. That's why it shows. But we'll generate this seasonality, the factors in calculation. Okay, then let's drag down automatically the generated later. And then the trend. So the trend, again, we cannot calculate the trend because the weighted sales level starting from the next. So here now, but here we can calculate now equal the beta, right? The beta multiplied now the difference between these two, right? Difference between these two level. Then plus 1 minus, again, the beta, the trend of smoothing factors, and then let's fix this. And then times now the trend, right? The t minus 1 trend. And then let me check if this equation is correct. Okay, I think that's correct. And then let's drag it down. Now move to the seasonality. Again, here inevitably we don't have the prior the sales in the 1 year before, right? So inevitably we use here these seasonality factors from sales now divided by this weighted sales level, and then enter, and then we get these factors up to here only. But now here from the December 26, the 15, now we can use this formula, right? This formula. And the gamma, let's fix this gamma, and then times the sales divided by the level, right? Level. Then plus 1 minus, again, the gamma. Let's fix this gamma times now the same the quarter, but the prior year, right? Oops. Okay, so let's check if this equation is correct or not. Okay, I think that's correct, and enter. Now let's drag it down, or just double click. I think just drag it down here. Finally we got this, all these numbers. We don't need to show here this is sales and the decimal, so let's change this. Okay, and then we finally got this one, right? Next is the forecasted, the sales, this equation. So here, now this is simply we sum these two up, right? Sum of these two prior, the quarter times the same the quarter, the same seasonal the quarter, but the prior the year, right? Times. Now we got it. Okay, and enter, and then let's drag it down. Okay, then do you see here now compared to the last other exercises, the additive model? Now this model is now keep track of the seasonality more if the seasonality gets the progressive, right? But we need to find the optimal level, right, to reduce this the mean absolute error at the minimum level, right? So here we use the data again, the solver. I already put this as solver function in the question file as well. So again, we want to minimize this mean squared error, right? and by changing these three other parameters, and then let's serve. Okay, then we get the answer. So now here, now this the forecast sales is now the keep track of, right? And then we can minimize the minimum, the mean, the absolute, the percentage error as well. So you can use either this the forecast model if you think your the company's or the quarter sales, the seasonality gets the progressively larger as its sales grow, right? Anyway, once you prove this model is a good fit, then let's calculate forecast, right? Again, the same process. So here we use this formula, right? You use this formula. So here, now the last two, the level cells. So we want to fix this, but we need to start in the parentheses because we'll multiply this seasonality factor, and then plus the trend, right? But this trend is much okay. It's the trend information. Let's fix this, and then here, the row function, we use the row functions. Open the parentheses and the row. Again, by doing so, now this row is the 48, right? This row is the 49. Then minus, and then here row. Again, we are using this row, right? What are you calculating is this n. You see this n, right? So 49 row minus 48. So that when I drag it down, then this is the n, right? From the last numbers, right? Last the 48 numbers here. And then let's fix this. And then finally, the close one more parenthesis. Okay, then I think we got it. Oh, by the way, we have one more parenthesis, the big parenthesis, right? And then here, multiply. Here, the st, the n minus t, right? So 40, now where is this, right? The prior year, the same quarter. Where is this? Right, there you go. And enter. And then drag it down. So we have the forecasted quarter here, right? So now here, this is the forecasted, the sales of these 4 quarters. So you can use either this too, right? It's the most the comprehensive and can explain your sales, the forecasting, right? So next, the video clips will finalize the time series, the regression model, right? If the your sales is the past sales has this very the stable the increase decrease, then we'll find this is a linear time trend with the seasonal dummy variables. Okay, see you in the next video clip. You guys, bye bye.